Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new, I want to start off with saying thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. If you guys have not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button right below there. Make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you guys are getting up-to-date videos as I post them. For everybody that is existing already, subscribing to the channel, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about our year in review. I am a little late on this by about 3 months. I didn't realize how fast that actually crept up on me with how much fun I've been having doing some of this, so stay tuned. We are just going to turn on the camera and we're just going to record. We're just going to start talking about some things and where we're going with the channel, and talk about some of the past as far as where we've come from to what we are now, and some of the challenges I've seen and some of the things that I'm going to be working on to try to improve this channel so that I can bring better content to you guys, as well as more information as far as what you guys wanted to hear. So let's get started. So back when we first started this channel, you guys remember the F350 dually I had. That was the old shop truck for Airsman Performance, where we were doing some of the detailing and that kind of stuff. We did buy the first set of moto wheels for it. I was super excited. Got them mounted, got them installed. The truck looked amazing. Started dressing it up a little more. We put the fender flares on the front and did a couple more other things. At that same time, I also had the C5 Pro Charge Corvette that I purchased. I did buy that car that way. I didn't do too much work to it. The major work I did to it, when I bought it, it was losing boost when you got about 3,000 to 4,000 RPMs. So I went and changed the pulley, thinking that it was slipping, which it was slipping. We put a carbonite sure grip pulley on there, which on the grooves inside there, those pulleys are designed with carbonite weldings in there, so that when the belt actually sets on there, it actually grips really good, instead of when you hit higher RPMs and that motor spinning really fast, and it's not going to go and start slipping off that Pro Charger, so that you get full boost all the time. In the process of changing that, I did notice after I put it all back together, it was still not boosting like it should. So I started doing some checking on some other stuff, which I probably should have done to begin with. But I found on the driver's side, the boot for the intercooler was off. So after I put that back all together, we took it out for a drive. Car ran amazing. I missed that car. I did hear from the owner that did buy the car. They took the Pro Charger all off. They put a turbo and did some more work done to it through Innovative, and has been doing some other upgrades to it. So I'm going to see if I can maybe reach out to them and kind of do an interview, and maybe go back out and see the car, because I do kind of miss that car. So some of the other things that we've been talking about in the channel here is we did a lot of details. That's mainly what my business is derived from, is we do a lot of automotive details and motorcycle details. We have done bus details, and we have done boat details as well too, but we mainly gear towards automotive everyday daily drivers. But as you've seen in the channel here on some of the stuff previously, we've done like my mom's Corvette. We did her C8 convertible. We have also done work on the BMW. That was a big one on the channel as far as people wanted to learn about different mods and stuff. I think the one video that sticks out the most, that I see a lot of traction still even to this day on, is the exhaust popcorn mod that I did to the computer, so that when it was downshifting, it was actually giving kind of a crackling to it, kind of like how the Lamborghinis and some of the Ferraris do on some of the high-end exports. So that car was a very fun car, but it was kind of past the time I wanted to start doing something else. So then we got kind of dug into the Tahoe with the sound competition and that kind of stuff. Back when I was younger, I was huge into the sound competition. I can definitely tell over the years I am not as big as sound competition. I like good sound, don't get me wrong. But trying to be the loudest on the block and trying to make sure that I'm shaking windows and busting out stuff is no longer my cup of tea. I've kind of moved on from that. I do still enjoy going to some of the sound comp and see some of the builds that some of these guys do. They spend mad amount of money on them, and trust me, they are worth it. If you've never been to one, you definitely should go try to hit up one of those sound comps to see some of the technology and some of the work they put into some of these builds. So you've also seen on the channel we've done some giveaways, and then we've also been working on the garage, getting it painted up. I have been working on that. That's kind of why I'm not in there right now, because we've got everything kind of just all torn around. Trying to get the walls all painted and just look nice so that we can actually do some of the recording out there as well too. But this here is our recording here that we're setting up inside the house. This is where I usually do my recordings and get everything going to post up to YouTube and share my content with you guys. As I continue to go down this path, I'm going to continue to teach myself new skills from some of the YouTube videos and some of the other creators out there on different techniques they use and different things they do to try to make their content really good. So my goal for this is to continue to try to grow this channel and to continue to try to get better content as well as some more how-tos and walkthroughs. And traditionally we've just kind of done some time lapse and just kind of not really talk too much about how we do stuff. I got a comment from somebody the other day. They'd really like me to see me do some how-tos and walk them through some of this stuff, and so I think that's what we're gonna do. When that bumper and the winch comes in for the Jeep, we are going to do that. So that's gonna be the first official how-to with some time lapse and that kind of stuff, as far as how we're gonna remove the old bumper, put the new bumper on, and then we're gonna start doing some of the wiring. For my wife's vehicle, I've got hers pretty much where it needs to be. She's already enjoying it. We did wire up the daytime running lights, but the second for the second vehicle, we still have the daytime running lights we have to finish wiring up. I still got some wire tucking to do for the LED light bar on the top. So mine kind of took a side burner. We wanted to try to get hers done so that hers was out of the way and she can sit there and enjoy it. But we will be working on mine a little bit more too. So once that bumper comes in, we'll show you guys how to install it. We'll do a walkthrough as far as the do's and the don'ts, as far as what I learned how to do different things with bumper changes and winch installs and that kind of stuff for this. One of the things you guys haven't seen, because this was before the channel, before I really started going down this path, I had a YJ before that I actually built up with the Raptor line. So this is the Raptor line that I do is no secret to anybody. That's a growing product. A lot of people like that and the durability. So when we start going down some more of these Raptor lines that we're doing for some of these Jeep guys and some of these other people that are wanting it done, we'll actually do some how-tos, different steps, different techniques that will help you guys if you guys want to try this stuff at home. So one of the other things you guys probably saw on the channel too, I don't typically do reactions. I got a couple of friends on here that do that. But I kind of stay away from that. That's not my cup of tea. I do enjoy a great movie. I do enjoy great TV shows. But for me, it's like my reactions aren't as great as somebody else's. So we'll leave that to the pros out there. But you will see I did do some recording of Fargo. So the production from FX Networks actually came here to Pontiac and recorded some clips from season 4 that got is temporarily suspended because of all the COVID-19 stuff, but they will be releasing it. This is the episode where Chris Rock is in. They did do some cut takes downtown, and usually these cut takes are either transitional scenes or other storyline scenes that actually come and play in the video editing area, so that kind of gives you a story as far as how some of this takes to do. I can tell you they did a significant amount of work downtown just for 3 days of recording. And that's kind of what it is, getting the stage set for what you want to show people and how you want to express it. So the next thing we're going to talk about from the show is from the channel, from the year of review, is all the different cars that I've interacted with. You know, I'm traditionally a car guy. My dad raised me, and I worked with him a lot as far as in the garage, working with him on his '57 Bel Air that he had back in the day. That was a beautiful car. It was turning out to be. So you know, I do have a lot of experience with classics. You know, we helped him restore his 1970 Chevelle SS. We've also done multiple works with him on other vehicles. We've also traditionally never been really big into other vehicles. You know, motorcycles is my passion too. I do enjoy those. But one of them is he owns a bus, and we've kind of gone through some of that stuff, and we've learned a little bit about how and different things that we can do with that. So that's one of the things that we will look towards in the next few years, is to try to look into doing a bus build. And that bus build will be basically be a Prevost, and it'll be built out to spec as far as for us to be able to go travel and be able to go do some overland remotely. So we're kind of, if we want to, we can leave the bus for a few days, go do some overland camping, and then come back and go travel and do that kind of stuff as the kids start getting older and start kind of doing their own thing. So what else? So the other thing I've seen a lot of likes on, I'm kind of going through some of my YouTube channel here, some of the stuff that we have on here, and some of it I see is a lot of people like this Android stereo that I've talked about from Extron. This stereo is a Android stereo, but it does have the capability, if you buy some of the accessories, you can hook up CarPlay and some other you can do the Android Auto and that kind of stuff, and integrate your phone into it. But what's really unique about it is it's got the Android platform, so you can actually run full-blown applications. So like for me, I run any movies anywhere on there for entertainment, so when we're out traveling, we have that tied in so that we can actually watch movies. We have the Gaia GPS now that we've actually been doing. You'll see that in my previous video where I kind of did a little quick review of how the Gaia GPS works. I did find out that if you get a subscription, which is a membership for different levels, you can actually do more additional things, and I'll be bringing that out in a video later on once I start learning a little more, and I can kind of give you guys more of a how-to and a more in-depth as far as what to look for in the Gaia GPS. So as we talked earlier, we talked about the lift kit we talked about the winch and the bumper, kind of gave it away. So we do have a lift kit coming, because my Jeep keeps bottoming out on a couple of big bumps, and I don't want my fender flares getting damaged. We are lifting the Jeep 2 inches. Now, it's not the TerraFlex system I wanted. That's upwards of almost $1,000 just for me to get that. I can't afford that right now. We are looking towards we did get on order the Rough Country 2-inch budget lift, which is basically just a spacer about 2 inches, goes on top of the spring and gives it that 2-inch clearance to kind of lift it up a little bit. And then also it's coming with the N3 shocks, so that it has the clearance and stuff to be able to kind of give it a little bit smoother ride, hopefully. We'll see. But as long as it gets it up and away from those wheels, because right now even when you just drive on smooth roads, it's not bad. It's when you hit the big bumps, I can hear them hitting the fender flares and kind of pushing up on them, so I don't want to damage those. So we're going to get the Jeep lifted, we're going to put the new bumper on there, we're going to put the recovery equipment, we're going to start talking about some of that stuff now, and we're going to start talking about why we went with the different winches and the reviews that I've seen as far as which one I ordered. I'm going to save that for a different video for you guys, so you guys need to stay tuned for when we get that winch in and the bumper, and see the how-to of how to install it, some of the do's and don'ts, and some of the things I've learned from winch installing in the past. So stay tuned for that. I just want to reach out to, and I appreciate all you guys subscribing, liking the content I have. If you guys have any other content you guys want to see, different things with either with the Jeeps or with other vehicles, or have questions, leave them down below. Let me know what you guys think. I want some feedback on the channel. I want to know what you guys think of it, as far as, do I need to go into more detail? Do I need to do more how-tos, walk-arounds? What are you looking for? So I want this to kind of be a go-to for you guys, for you to be able to go and get some information for just not the Jeeps, but for other vehicles too. I've worked on a fair share of vehicles in my life, and for the most part I've done a lot of extensive digging into them, between BMWs and Camaros, Trans Ams, all that kind of stuff. So I think that's pretty much it. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. This is a little bit longer one. Like I said, we're just going to record, start the camera, start recording, start talking about some of our past that we've done, and go from there. It's been over a year now. I didn't realize it was that fast already. When I first started the channel, I wasn't bringing out content like I am now. I am making that more of a priority to start trying to bring you guys more stuff as I continue to try to grow this channel and work with my sons and do different things with them as far as what they want to see grow out of the channel. Xander's getting a little more comfortable where he wants to do different things, and he's kind of taking a step up where he's enjoying some of the detailing now, and he's really wanting to do more recording. So we're gonna kind of let him turn loose and let him do that. So I want to see what kind of content he can bring out and bring to the channel, and we can go from there. So I know we're not as big as like Goon Squad and Whistling Diesel and all those guys out there, but just like them, it took time. So that's what I'm patiently waiting for. I'm working the analytics, doing what I need to work with YouTube on making sure my videos are posted. So I appreciate everybody that has subscribed. Any new subscribers, you won't be disappointed. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or anything, feel free to always reach out to me. You can leave me a message down below. You guys can also see down below the merch store that we have set up through Teespring. We are in the process of weekly updating and adding more merch every week to that, between men's and women's t-shirts, tank tops, leggings. I haven't really dug into the socks and some of the other stuff. We will look into that and see what we can do for some cool designs. But the newest one for our t-shirts for my Jeep, I actually took that, and that's an image that we took and we cartoonized. And when we did that, we put that on there for kind of the rock crawling EP series that we're going to use, where it looks like the Jeeps are crawling on top of the Airsman Performance name and crushing it. And so we're working towards trying to make some cool merch for you guys, so that we can get some support that way too as well. So hope you guys like this video. Subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you guys get up-to-date information as far as when we post videos to YouTube, as well as liking the video. Leave me some comments. I want feedback. You guys are more than welcome to give me as much feedback, negative, positive. I don't really care. I'll take it, just because I want to make the improvement. If it's a negative feedback, then fine. I'll look at it. I'll take a look at it, see what I can do to fix it. If it's something that somebody's not liking or whatever, then we can look at that. Like, I have no problems going and saying some of my content might not be the best. I get that. But again, as you can see from some of the previous videos, if you go through my channel, you'll see where I've kind of come from the moto wheels on the F350 all the way to now. So, you know, I feel like this is a drastic change. Every day I do video editing, I learn new tricks, and I'm going to continue to fight for that, to learn how to do that and grow that. So, again, hope you guys have a great weekend. The rest of the weekend, talk to you later. Bye.